This river was so flooded that the people could not swim across it. Before they were moving with aged ones, pregnant women, kids who could not swim across it. So whilst they sat down thinking how to cross this very river, to their surprise, they realized a large log lying across it. They decided to walk on it across. And just as the last person crossed, they turned their backs, only to realize the log turning into an island. There were some people who already were looking for others to cause damage to the forest and the animals. They started clearing it for farms, chopping the wood for charcoal firewood, shooting the animals for food, just to prove that they no longer feared the gods. In fact, instantly, most of them who involved in doing this were stricken to death by the god.
Welcome to the heart of the Volta region, where nature, culture, and spirituality come together in the most fascinating way. This is the Tafi Atome Monkey Sanctuary, home to a special species of monkeys who have lived here for more than 200 years. In this peaceful forest, the monkeys are not just animals, they are family, they are messengers of the gods, and they are a big part of the local tradition here. Come with us, let us explore the rich traditional history that resides in this forest. So this is our first point of tour. As you can see, our tour guide is calling the monkeys to come, and they're already here. I can see a number of them. There's one already here. All right, there's one. There's two, there's three, there's four.
Please, make sure you hold it well. Otherwise, they'll come and they'll grab it from you.
Okay.
Take. Protect it well.
Okay.
Yes, for you to feed the monkey.
All right. He's already grabbing it from you. Okay. Oh, wow. All right, Mr. Francis. This is the alpha. Wow. All right. So,
The screaming will drive them away.
Away. All right. So, Mr. Francis,
Yes, please.
would you please explain to us where the name Tafi Atome came from?
Yeah, Tafi is the name of the people itself is original. The original name is Bagbo,
Bagbo.
but not Tafi. The people are ones. They have their one language they speak known as Bagbo. It is the Evans that nicknamed as Tafi. Yes, the name Tafi is actually an Ewe name. Yes. Which means you crawl.
Okay.
And dig.
Wow.
Yes.
So that's what Tafi means.
Yes.
All right. So we can see a number of the monkeys already. What are the species of monkeys that reside here?
Yes, the monkeys we have here are known as true monarch monkeys.
True
Like the
monarch.
word true or false.
Okay. True monarch
monkeys.
monkeys. All right.
You can see monarch monkeys about in many parts of Ghana and beyond.
Okay.
And all monarchs have the same patterns as these very ones.
All right.
Except that these ones carry extra feature.
All right.
When you look at the back, you will see two white dots. The base of the tail is in between the two white dots.
Okay.
That is what makes them true monarch monkeys.
Right.
That I do not see on any other monarch monkey.
Right.
And the entire of West Africa, you can only find true monarch monkeys in this community. Lagos and one village in Ghana.
Right.
So they are very rare.
Yeah. So apart from the true monarch monkeys, which other species of monkeys can we find here?
Yes, we can find other monkeys like green monkeys, red patas.
The patas monkey
yes,
can be.
But they are not in the jungle here.
Okay.
It is the monarch monkeys that dominate the jungle. The other monkeys are shy of people.
Okay.
Therefore.
Okay. So that's what distinguishes them from the monkeys in here.
Yes.
This rather come about as very forward, very feisty. So that's sort of the distinction between the other monkeys and this one. All right. I want to really understand how this whole place, the forest, the tourist site came about. Was it just a bare land that monkeys decided to come and reside on? How did it come about?
Yes, the people of Tafi got to this place in the 13th, 14th century.
Wow.
And when they got here, the forest was here and the monkeys before they came. You know, the very place they stayed for a very long period of time is known as Asan. And Asan is found in the central region of today's Ghana.
Yes.
That is where the people of Tafi actually stayed for a very long period. And those days, you know, there wasn't any other religion apart from everyone being a traditionalist. And the people obeyed the commands of the gods. You know, they had soothsayers who interpreted the messages the gods carried. You know, they heard spiritually. They saw spiritually.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they interacted with gods. So it happened that one afternoon when the soothsayer was taking a nap, you know, and all of a sudden a message came to him in the spiritual realm, telling him to tell his people, that is, to move from that place to a place where they could find these very monkeys. There, the gods would like them to, you know, live with the animals permanently. For the gods said they had things in common with the animals. The people, by obeying the commands of the gods, they packed everything of theirs, including the gods. You know, the gods are in form of images. They carried them. They started to walk to nowhere. They did not know exactly where, but because they obeyed their gods, they packed everything. started walking. They walked and wandered about for 50 solid years. On their way, they would make temporary settlements. When they were short of food and meat items, did some farming, harvested, then they continued. So they came by a river down that way called River Nile.
Okay.
This river was so flooded that the people could not swim across it. For they were moving with aged ones, pregnant women, kids who could not swim across it. So whilst they sat down thinking how to cross this very river, to their surprise, they realized a large log lying across it. They decided to walk on it across. And just as the last person crossed, they turned their backs, only to realize the log turning into a python and was disappearing into the water. There they were so surprised, and so they thanked the gods. They performed some rites to say thank you to the gods. And there they established what we call Dain Festival.
Dain
Festival. Dain Festival. It is a common festival celebrated among the people of Tafi. Tafi is a four sister community comprising of Tafi Mato, Tafi Atome, Tafi Atome, and Tafi Atome. These four communities, they are the Tafis. That is what is known as the Tafi traditional area.
I see.
And every 3 years, they come together to celebrate this feast. And next year is another one, which is going to happen in the second week of March. Tafi Atome. I invite you in advance to that occasion.
Thank you.
Yes. So after they performed the rites, they walked for the next 5 kilometers when they came by this area. They got here, they realized there were a lot of forests around. This forest, they believe, could house a lot of animals, very big animals. The people, they were gamers, they like to game for animals for food. So they also look at the texture of the soil. They realized it could support the kind of crops they grew. So they decided to not move on anymore. But the soothsayer who got them here by the name Ujople said, no, we haven't come by the monkeys. We haven't come by the monkeys, our boss told us about. So we need to proceed with the walk. The people became so they did not want to go. They did not want to listen to the soothsayer anymore. So they were tired of walking for all this while. So finally, Eljople had to collect the gods, go and put them in a portion of the jungle. And just after a while, they began seeing these monkeys hovering over the deities.
Wow.
They saw pythons surrounding the gods again. Then they saw tortoises also surrounding the gods. Now, the people seeing these animals surrounding their deities, they became surprised. They did not understand why. So they pursued Ojople, the soothsayer, to consult the oracles to actually understand why these animals surrounding their gods. Ojople did, and the gods told him to tell the people that the monkeys they saw were what the gods promised them ages back in Assam. And that spiritually, these monkeys were ahead of their path, directing their path all the way from Assam to this place without them knowing that the gods were that the monkeys were protecting the people of Tafi. Then the python they saw again surrounding the gods. The gods said, it is the python that sent them by crossing the river to this place. And then tortoise, as we all know, is a slow-paced moving creature. Because tortoise should be our spiritual representation.
Wow.
If you have a Tafi who is your friend, I would challenge you to observe him or her very well. You see that everything he or she does slow.
Wow.
We are naturally slow in doing things. In fact, when you are with us and we are executing projects, you would think we are not serious. You will be mad with us. You will think of leaving us. But I bet you once we are done with the project, it is one of the best.
Mm.
We take time and get our things done. Just as the tortoise reaches where it intends to go,
Yes.
the big hearts. So that is our nature. Yes. Typical example is this ecotourism project. We started with many communities around. They collapsed. We are still sustaining. So after the interpretation of these creatures surrounding the deities,
Yeah.
the gods then gave them taboos to observe in order to protect the growth and the animals. Some of these taboos were we as people of Tafi were forbidden from eating the meat of any of these three creatures. Eat snake, monkey, or tortoise. We don't eat. We were forbidden from entering the jungle and cause harm to nature. Catching a tree, picking a snake, we just leaving everything untouched in the jungle.
What happens to someone who does the opposite of the rules that have
Yes,
been
yes.
instituted?
The gods will strike you with, diseases.
And that's something that has been
Yes,
witnessed here.
yes.
Wow.
So yes, and then so after the people then tried began observing the taboos, protecting the growth since they got here. And as years went by, the growth began to expand bigger and bigger until today it has become so big, all in a U shape surrounding the village. The village is in the center of the forest. The more it expanded, the more the animals also multiplied. This protection continued until 1980. In 1980, Christianity became very, very popular in this community.
Okay.
Christianity used to be there 100 years before 1980. But it wasn't as vibrant as compared to the year 1980. 1980, Christians decided to make everyone part of them. They succeeded in taking 95% of the traditionalists to their side. The few 5% that was left, they did not want to give it to Christianity. It became a sort of conflict between the two. Then, there were some people who already were looking for avenues to cause damage to the forest and the animals. So these people hid under the confusion between Christians and non-Christians. They took guns, cutlasses, axes, and jumped into this very virgin forest. They started clearing it for farms, chopping the wood for charcoal firewood, shooting the animals for food, just to prove that they no longer feared the gods. In fact, instantly, most of them who involved in doing this were stricken to death by the gods.
Instantly.
Yes. Some who confessed they did this were taken to the monkey shrine where they were healed. Some are still alive today. They can prove to you what I am telling you. So this destruction continued until 1993 when a coalition of villagers from this community, some NGO groups like Nature Conservation Research Center, USAID, Japanese, American Peace Corps, all came together and said, no, it used to be very beautiful here in Tafi Atome, where you could see human beings and monkeys and animals living together in a very harmonious way. The forest served as windbreak to the community. It brings us a lot of rains in a very good pattern that makes our crops do well. Why do we have to get up and say we are destroying this? The monkeys have been our companion for ages. By talking to the people gradually, everybody understood and gave up destroying the monkeys. Then went back into protecting it. Then in 1996, the place was nationwide identity and was declared a tourist destination. Since then till today, we have visitors from all walks of life who visit here and observe what goes on here. Feed the monkeys. And when they come, we make them pay some tokens of money. And the monies we take, the monies they pay go a long way to help the community. For example, out of it, the community's been able to build a clinic. The community's been able to renovate some school blocks, some school buildings, and even building new school blocks. Getting our pipe boreholes dug, and with the revenue from it, been able to mechanize the pipe boreholes. And so we have water flowing through the taps in the entire community. um, plus a whole lot more. Some people got uh, what do you call it, school education sponsorship
Mm.
from some individual tourists
Yes.
who are big men today.
Mm.
The place is actually open to everyone. It is more of cultural tourism within. You would have come here to see very fancy buildings, nice hotels. We don't encourage very fancy hotels.
Mm. And why is that?
Yes, we believe the tourists looking for a fancy place to go will not even consider that Africa.
Mm.
So rather, the tourists actually would like to know the way we live and would like to live like we live.
Mm.
And so when you come here and you want to um, stay overnight or two or more, we have rooms reserved in almost every household. And that is where we accommodate the visitors.
Okay.
At the moment of your stay, you are an automatic member of that household. We call it home stays.
Yeah.
You are free to interact in family discussions with people. We have trained cooks who prepare the dish we eat. They set the same table for you. You sit around it and eat together, just like Ghanaians. We offer entertainment options in the evening, such as drumming and dancing to the tune of the local music here. We do storytelling around campfire. We teach about medicinal value of plants. We do drumming lessons. Um, so many other things. It is of recent, I would say, that there are, because of the increasing number of visitors, that there is the need now for more decent guest houses. And even this one, I would like investors to come partner with us that would like to build eco-friendly buildings.
Yeah.
So that the accommodation structure conforms with the environment. Yes. So yes, the place, like I said, is open to everyone. You are you are a researcher. You want to be here, research into plants and the animals. You have packages for you. You have packages for volunteers who want to stay in the community, volunteer in the clinic, in the sanctuary, or in the school. We do community projects. Yes, we have packages for you. So yeah, briefly, this is what goes on at the film.
All right. All right. Thank you. I would like to ask a few more questions. I see a lot of plants, herbs around, and I would like to know if there are any medicines that could be made from this plant. And also, this place, from your narration of the history of this place, it seems very symbolic of spirituality and religion. So my question is, how does that affect the people of this community to today?
Yes, the community, yes, when you talk of the plants, yes, most of the plants here are of medicinal value. And so we have a native doctor
Yeah.
who takes visitors around and then, shows them, teaches them about plants that are of medicinal
Value.
importance.
Okay.
Yes. And also the monkeys, as you see, they feed on leaves. And when they are sick, there are particular leaves they also feed on. And we observe that after a while you see them getting strong again.
Yeah.
So the same way when we also feel there's a favorite and all that, we apply same leaves and we are good to go. Yes. Yes, the place Tafi Atome coexists between Christians and non-Christians in a very nice way. There is no discrimination. They both understand each other. So there are people who are still traditionalists who worship at the shrine, at the monkey shrine, and others are Christians. And so yeah, there's no conflict at all. Those people in the olden days that were hiding under this confusion that Christians, were fighting with non-Christians because of religion.
Yeah.
Those people are not in the system anymore. Because since the advent of tourism,
Yeah.
we all can see the good that the project So we coexist.
Right. When we were coming in, I saw a signboard with Rotary donating some water
Yes,
systems.
yes.
What are some of the other organizations that have come to help this tourist site?
Yeah, that is where yeah, that is the beauty of tourism, especially ecotourism. Um, like in my narration, I told you we dug boreholes.
Mm,
Yes, it is also with the help of Rotary Gem, together with the revenue from these projects,
mm.
uh, that was used to mechanize the
Those-
boreholes,
right.
and then so we have pipelines.
Mm,
We have a lot of fetching points, water fetching points.
mm,
Some people have even brought kilometers to their homes.
mm.
Yes. So yeah, it is their support that made that to come to realization. Yes.
Do you think the Tafi Atome Monkey Sanctuary is given enough relevance in Ghana? Do you think people patronize it enough? The government, does it support enough?
Oh yes. When we talk of visitation and its popularity is
Very
so
good.
popular
Mm,
because of the wonders here. Uh, you come here and you see the world, closer to human being.
yes.
It is very wonderful,
Mm,
and it comes to you. The monkey jumps on you; it doesn't
yes.
hurt you,
Yes.
and all that. It's so amazing,
Mm,
and so this, and then the way and manner we organize the program project here. How it benefits everybody.
mm,
Everybody in the community
mm,
is affected positively.
mm,
So, it is something to emulate. So, it surprises people
mm,
that a community project like this is
mm,
sustaining itself. So, this is one of areas that make people to actually visit, and
mm.
they feel okay, they feel happy to come and put a token into what we are doing here,
Yeah.
so that it encourages us to continue preserving nature.
I'm wondering if you face any challenges as the people who take care of this tourist site. Are there any challenges you encounter day in, day out taking care of the place?
Yeah, you see, the monkeys, they are animals.
Yes.
They are not static. They move.
Mm.
You know, they are in colonies. We call families. We call troops.
Troops.
Each troop consists of between 120 and 40.
Mm.
And we have 16 different troops in the
16
jungle.
troops.
Fine. They don't always all of them stay in the jungle at the same time. As we are here, right, other troops have gone very far away to people's farms. They go and destroy people's crops, like the maize farms, the mango farms, the
Mm.
banana farms. Yeah, as for bananas, we don't farm bananas.
Mm.
We farm bananas, we will not get any to eat.
Mm.
So we import bananas from the other communities. So they destroy people's crops a lot. And it's one of the biggest challenges that we are facing.
Mm.
But then, because of what we derive from, tourism here,
Yeah.
nobody, harms them
Mm.
for maybe destroying crops.
Mm.
Um, when you have your chicken, you know, in the house, you need to protect the hen, which is laying eggs, very well. Otherwise, they will take the eggs, they consume the eggs. Uh-huh. So that is another challenge. One major challenge is, the forest area is being encroached on by some farmers.
Mm.
Uh, it's disturbing. And then uh, the forest is so old that most of the trees are dying away, and leaving the portions of the forest bare. And so there is the need for a vibrant nursery project here. That could a very long-term one. That could nurture seedlings and then transplant trees. to revamp the forest. There are areas that landowners have donated to be added to the forest. We need to grow those areas into forest. So we need partners, we need NGOs, government agencies that are interested to come and support in tree growing so that we could revamp the forest.
Yeah.
And also to plant some special trees on the boundary lines,
Yeah.
prevent people from encroaching.
Yeah.
So when you are farming your land and you get to that particular tree, you notice that you are going beyond your area of work.
Yeah.
So those are very
All right. Thank you very much. Mr. Francis made mention of needing support to revamp the forest. So if there's anybody out there who thinks he has the resources to do so, can please contact him. And let's bring a better quality to this beautiful tourist site. So we'll continue the tour. Let's go and see a few more monkeys and ask a few more questions. Just a little information, the tour guide, whose name is Mr. Francis Akwe, happens to be the paramount chief of the Tafi Atome community, and it's very humbling to see a man of such pedigree come and take us on the tour. He says that he only mentions it off duty, so the only times he will mention to you that he's the paramount chief of this area is when he's not on official duty as a tour guide here. And I just wanted to chip that in really quickly. We're almost at the final point of the tour, so if you've made it to this point of the video, more interesting things, so please go on, keep watching, and then we'll catch up later at the final tour. See you. Okay, so right at the entrance of the Tafi Atome Monkey Sanctuary, just before you get to the reception, there's a statue that is very hard to ignore. So I would like Mr. Francis to explain to us what it means and what the representation of this statue here is.
Yes, the statue is the monkey goddess. Actually, this is where your success in Tafi Atome begins. The reason why you are visiting the shrine, why you are going to see the priests, starts from here. This is where you have to put some money and then a bottle of schnapps. And then you pray, inside you, before, that is where you cleanse yourself before you get to the priests. So when you do that here and you get to the priests, you realize that, you will not talk before the priest starts to tell you the reason why you are with him and what is haunting you what next is before you, and then the remedies. Yes. So we don't normally say it, but you are lucky I am explaining this to you.
Thank you.
Otherwise, you go to the priest, all right, but your divination, your spirits will not, open themselves for the priest to know your problems. Yes. So anyone that wants to visit the priest with a problem, has to come here first. Yes, yes. You stand a few minutes, meditate and pray before you get to them. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Francis, for giving us the opportunity to tap into your rich wisdom and knowledge and history of this historic place. We're grateful, and then we hope to come and see you another time and have more
Hope to
discussions.
see you again too.
Definitely. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye. All right, there you have it. He made mention of you coming here to, drop something little. And he says in his own words, this is where your success starts. So if you're a believer of the spiritual world or spirituality, anytime you come here, you can come and drop something little, meditate over here, and then speak to the gods of this land or of this place. So this brings us to the end of this tour. We've learned so much about our history, the nature, the culture of this historic place, this incredible tourist site. And anything that you've learned from this tour up to this point, please leave it in the comments below. And like we said, this is the Tafi Atome Monkey Sanctuary, the home of the monkeys right here in the Volta region. Till the next time we see or have another interesting conversation like this again. Bye-bye.
Just by the God.